The other one. Alright, play Defcon. Tutorial. We'll start there. Wait a second. Go back. Options. Sound. That keeps going up. Whatever. Okay, welcome to Defcon tutorial. In this tutorial, you will learn everything. Does this look small? In this tutorial, you will learn everything you need to know in order to effectively control your forces. Click next to continue. Does this have a single player thing in it? But before we start that, you need to know how to control your viewpoint. Move your viewpoint by moving the mouse cursor to the edge of the screen in the direction you want to move. Alternatively, you can use the WASD keys going up and down, obviously. Zooms you. This is zoom you in, zooms you out. Oops. Okay, W or Q and E zoom Q's in, E's out, back and forth, up and down. Next. Scroll your mouse wheel to zoom in and out, also Q and E. You can also hold down the middle mouse button and drag the view around. Very nice. Once you're happy with the view controls, we'll get started on blowing things up. This highlighted object is a missile silo. It has two modes. In ICBM launch mode, it can fire nukes at enemy targets. In air defense mode, it will shoot down enemy nukes and aircraft. We need the silo in ICBM launch mode so we can destroy the nearby enemy radar station. Right-click on the silo and change it into ICBM launch mode. Notice the icon for the missile silo changes to a triangle when it's preparing to launch nukes. Use your missile silo to destroy the enemy radar stations. Boom. Boom. Mission 1 completed. Next, move on to Mission 2. The first task in any game of Defcon is to deploy all your units. Open the unit panel to begin deployment. From the panel, there we go. From the panel, you have this plan. Click on this unit. It can be deploying here. Enemy submarines have launched nukes at your cities. Use silos. You are ready. You already in air defense will shoot down. Or silos. Air defense will shoot down. Incoming nukes. Doom, 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 doom. A nuke has hit one of your cities. Uh-oh. Let's try. There we go. Spread them out a little bit. Do not let it hit us. Oh my goodness, it's getting tricked. That one's not getting hit at all. Oh my goodness. Hooray! Click next mission. Every unit Defcon has a radar range, and you can only see enemy unit if they are within your radar coverage. There are several enemy units in Russia which need to be uncovered. Deploy your radar station to uncover the enemy units. We will put them here. We need to use nuclear weapons to destroy. Hold on one second here. It still counts down. Destroy the enemy buildings, but we cannot do that until Defcon 1. To reach Defcon 1, we must accelerate time. Click on the speed control buttons in the accelerated time unit. Let's accelerate time. Click the speed button to accelerate time until Defcon. Defcon. There we go. Defcon 2. I wanted to see if I can launch it at my own. Leningrad hit 13.3 million dead. Silo destroyed. Boom, boom. Mission failed. Okay. Let's see if this has a campaign. Because if not, then we'll just run through the tutorial and maybe play one match and then move on. Okay, it looks like it's a single. Like it's not anything necessary. Let's see, what are we waiting for? What? How did that happen? 3 enemy units. Okay. Mission completed. Click next to move on to mission 4. Next. Can I pause? Is there a pause? Okay, in many cases, place some air bases in your territory. Up 4. Oh, geez, that's even smaller. Okay. It's a little quiet. Turn up the sound. What the heck just happened? Hello. Okay, so I read a couple articles about. Well, the first one was about Google removing YouTube from Amazon TV devices. 72 minutes, 90 minutes. Interesting. Is it running somewhere? It's like it's running. And basically they're saying that Google, yes. What's going on here? It says it's running. Where? Underneath everything? No. So they're removing YouTube from it's not running. It is running. Okay. So the reason that YouTube is removing their YouTube, the reason that Google is removing YouTube from Amazon devices is because the Amazon has been like halting sales of Google products on Amazon, which is, what are they supposed to do? Are they supposed to sell another competitor's products on their stuff? I think they're still selling stuff on there, but certain products are not getting Prime shipping. And so providers have uncovered enemy buildings become grayed out once they are no longer with your radar coverage. This is called a radar ghost. We will now use bombers to drop nukes on those enemy targets. Use your airbase launch bombers at the enemy buildings. Okay, so then we're going to switch to bombers. And let's start here, 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 and here. And here, 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 here. And here, 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 here. Okay. And what do we need to do now? Oh, they're just going to go. Okay, so, but the thing is Google's been trying to work with Amazon to get things working. They wanted to try to get Amazon, Video Prime Video or whatever on the Play Store. It was only this year that they finally got it on there, I think. Prior to that, you had to download Amazon's App Store, which you had to kind of do a little workaround, right? Because you had to make it so that you could download things from non-Google Play stores, which puts your device at risk. And so Google was trying, from the article, the statements that Google has given is that they're willing to work with Amazon. They're willing to let them use Amazon or have them have YouTube on their devices. It's just a matter of like a two-way street, right? Like Google will share, Amazon has to share. So, and I agree that Amazon's been kind of iffy about it. There's a few other things that Amazon has done in the past to kind of mess with Google, and but in all reality, like the customers are kind of losing out, and this is kind of a precursor to like the net neutrality stuff, because this is basically how it would work, right? Like certain devices are only going to have, like right now the tech giants are saying only certain devices are going to have certain access to what was I saying there? Something about accessibility, or certain access to certain apps on certain devices, which is similar to internet companies saying that certain certain websites or web services are only accessible through certain packages. I might be speaking a little loud there. Let me turn this down a little bit, maybe. And so, did it load back up? There we go. And so, let's speed this up a little bit. Let's just speed it up real fast. Boom, boom, boom. So I get that, this is it's like working with a competitor. It really is. The only thing is Amazon's direct, the reason they grew big was that they are a shopping website, whereas Google is an information mining or a search engine. But it's really about information mining. I don't know how that. Anyway, so sorry about that. So it's not like I get that they're tech companies but their initial business doesn't make them competitors, right? Because Google is meant to be about search engine and there's some apps and stuff, and Amazon has kind of went the other way with shopping and devices. Of course, Google's getting devices now as well. They're blending into being competitors, but initially they were not. So I feel like they should be more. So a big thing, let's read this first. Many of your mobile forces will consist of ships, which are grouped together in fleets. A fleet consists of up to 6 ships and move and fight as one cohesive unit. Open the unit panel and click the fleet button to begin deploying fleet. This is the fleet builder. Clicking on the unit buttons will add that ship to the fleet. Battleships are effective against a variety of enemy units, but are vulnerable to subs. Carriers act as mobile air bases, allowing you to launch fighters and bombers. They can also depth charge enemy subs. Subs are invisible to conventional radar and carry medium-range nuclear weapons. Build a fleet of 6 ships, 3 battleships, and 3 carriers. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. There are 2 enemy fleets somewhere in the Atlantic Ocean. Use your fleet to find and destroy them. Left click on the ship in the fleet to select the entire fleet. Right click to set a destination for selected fleet. So, yeah, so I get the whole thing, like selling and being open to having your competitor on your platform. I think it just makes stronger, like, here's the thing. If Xbox and PlayStation had the exact same library and apps access, you would be choosing one over, like, it would honestly, most of it would come down to, like, which controller do I like, which one aesthetically fits in my entertainment area. You would be looking at things like that instead of saying, well, I'm going to lose out on content and not being able to play with my friends on one versus the other. So, I don't know. I think it's kind of coming down to, like, dividing, like, players and forcing them to buy two consoles, or in this case, a Prime Amazon Fire Stick versus a Chromecast, because I have a Chromecast, and it would be awesome to be able to play my Amazon stuff on there. Also, my niece and nephew have Prime tablets or Fire tablets, and I'm not sure if that is considered the video device that they're talking about. Like, YouTube might not work on their tablets, and if that's so, I mean, no big deal. The kids can't watch YouTube. I'll switch them to watching something else. But that's big for a lot of other people. If the tablet is all of a sudden just not compatible with YouTube, that's gonna, especially with that happening right now when people are Christmas shopping, holiday shopping, that they're gonna lose a lot of sales. They're gonna lose a lot of sales. Huh. Yeah. So, and then the other article I just read was about a pole dancing robot with the head of a, like, camera, a CCTV, like, security camera, and the creator said that it had nothing really to do with like the rise of machines and them taking your jobs, everybody's jobs. It was more a play on, I guess there was some issues going on. These guys might, oh, there's some over there too. Just a play on, like, who has control when in a situation where people are being watched, and is it the watcher or the watchee, and kind of sexing up, like, I can't remember exactly what, something previously had to be like they were talking about the sexing up of, or the sexualization of, like, I think it was other types of things in society, and he was just saying, well, like, security was a big issue at the time. Can that be sexed up? Can it be in which obviously, like, he did, but I think that a lot of people, like, inferred a bunch of other meaning to his art, because it was really meant to be kind of an art piece. And I guess there's supposed to be 2 pole dancing robots and then 1 DJ. Okay. In Pacific Ocean, let's see. In this case, the Pacific Ocean is a crucial battlefield. The enemy has positioned a number of nuclear submarines off the west coast of America. From there, they will be able to nuke many of our major cities. The best weapon against enemy subs is the carrier. It can use sonar to locate subs underwater, and it can drop depth charges to sink them. Deploy a fleet of carriers off the west coast. Units, fleet, carriers. And we're dropping them. Trying. We are also going to use our own subs to obliterate the east coast of China in retaliation. I don't want to attack China. I'd like to attack North Korea. Anyway, so those were just two weird articles that I read. I was very surprised to... Actually, I was not surprised at all to see that YouTube or Google is removing YouTube to... Sorry about that. You know, using their... Because it was kind of like Amazon was holding the Amazon Prime Video hostage from Google products, which... Chromecast, like, it's still not on Chromecast. It just finally got to the Play Store, so you can have it on your mobile devices. And so they were kind of the ones to first, like, let's see here. Let's sub carriers. A lot of them. Move your subs near the enemy. Continue as you can. Move your subs as near to the enemy coastline as you can, and let's rack up some mega deaths. So I can't even read that. Better. Much better. All right. So I need to be in Defcon. Oh, here we go. Defcon 3 just happened. Anti-submarine. 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 What the? It's sending boats. Oh, yeah. Duh. Or planes. I meant planes, not boats. Are they moving? Let's right click. Whoops. That's what was going on. Yeah. Anyway. So. Yeah, I was just definitely not really surprised that Google kind of struck back with taking their service away from Amazon's products. And to be fair, YouTube is far bigger than Prime Video. So I think a lot of people have Amazon Prime, but I think YouTube is more widely used than Amazon Prime Video. One of the big things they were talking about is having the Alexa like screen, like the Alexa device with the screen on it in your kitchen, and people using that to like using YouTube on it to give them recipes and show them how to cook things. And that is like something that's completely not possible now because YouTube took away their that parts. if it was Amazon and I didn't want to use these guys are going to have to do some attacking, I think. If they didn't want to give in to Google, if Amazon didn't want to give in to Google over YouTube, they already have Twitch. And Twitch is a streaming service, and you can upload videos to your VODs. If they were to make that a better system and have a lot of that stuff come from YouTube, because YouTube has been having issues lately about like certain companies not wanting to run ads on certain type of things, so they're kind of dictating what kind of videos YouTube is allowing to be monetized and just a bunch of other stuff. So I think that Amazon could use this to be like, you know what, we're going to open up Twitch a little bit more to pre-recorded videos and how-to-dos, like maybe creating a category on how to do this and how to do that, and tutorial videos and just a bunch of the categories that YouTube is being used for. So, and then that way it's like, well, I don't need to go to YouTube to figure out how to cook this meal. I can go to Twitch and I can get that same thing. Because the problem is now is like, oh, I have to cook dinner for myself at 5:30. I'm in Central America. So there's, the chances that you jump on to a live stream and them just starting the meal cooking thing, because there's people that cook on Twitch, and that's right. It's not as easy, right? Because you're like, oh, I didn't get to see the beginning of them preparing the meal. And then you're like trying to find somebody that's just starting to cook, and then you have to have those ingredients. And so it's not as easy to do. But if it was a pre-recorded video, how to cook orange chicken or, almond chicken or something, then they could really put a dent in Google's video service. But like the article said, YouTube is video on the internet. It is video, period. And I have to agree that it's... Okay, so those guys were killed. I mean, I'm not sure of how it's going to go. But if I was Amazon and I was completely against working with Google, I would go that route. But they might not be, like, Twitch is... I mean, they are expanding and doing good things with Twitch, so I wouldn't be surprised at all if... Let's do some attacking, huh? On the east coast of China. That's Japan, not... That many nukes launched at once would probably destroy the world. Yeah, so it's just, that's a crazy thing, and it's a... Enemy CPU. Oh no. I already launched all my stuff, so there's no going back now. Yeah. You told me nothing of... So this is going to be fail. Let's just speed it up then. I'm going to move these guys over here. It's empty. I have to restart this. I already did that, but it's emptied. So you guys didn't give me any information before. All right. Can we just restart? Is there a restart here? Yeah, that's not going to work. I'm telling you right now that there is no units there. So what we're going to do here is we're going to attack there. Some of this stuff is in the way. Is that one destroyed? telling you right now, I already did that. Actually like that whole spinning world in the green. I would use that as my wallpaper engine wallpaper. Alright, let's exit Defcon. I think this game is multiplayer, mainly multiplayer, so it's going to get moved to set category, multiplayer. Whoops. Okay, we'll open it, and then we can uninstall it. Delete. Thank you for watching the video. I hope you really enjoyed it, and if you did, please click the circle in the middle to subscribe. The rectangle on your left is another video. The rectangle on your right is a playlist of other videos that you may enjoy. Thanks again. Peace.